What's going on, guys? Sandman here, and today is Sunday, and it is a Sunday giveaway. If you want in on the giveaway, comment below and make sure you're subscribed. If you aren't, you should be subscribed because I don't know what the hell you're doing with yourself. Anyway, what we got up is a full set of Assassin's BoS combat armor. So that's a full set. Arms, legs, chest, the whole nine. Assassin's combat armor. That's pretty solid armor. So if you're just getting into PvP, you want to step in, a full set is not bad. But speaking of PvP, let's get into the main discussion that I know a lot of people seem to be pestering in regards to is, you know, why aren't you in the PvP servers? You know, it's where griefers belong, and this is this and this is that. Let me explain something. When Bethesda had the bright idea of this latest patch for PvP, it's almost like they took these guys who wake up every morning crying in their bowl of Cheerios about, you know, the events of last night and how their whole base got fat manned. And it's like, they're like, we need to put these guys in a server of their own. And then, you know, they went into those same servers and then were dying like all the time. And then came to Bethesda again like, you need to reduce the way the cap system works and you need to do this. And so Bethesda listened to these same people who have no business commenting on PvP affairs, in my opinion, and then pretty much broke their own PvP servers. What's going on with the PvP servers? Nothing. It's useless. They made one good change, and that one good change was that they stopped having the top ranking people be the people who are hiding the most, you know, and they made it so that it's the people who gets the most kills. But they didn't fix their problem with the cap penalty, because what people are doing are muling caps and then coming in empty-handed, and there's no risk reward system because there's no risk. And now it's even worse because the risk is so small, it's ridiculous. Like it penalizes the people who have actually played the most in this game. And what I mean by that is all the guys who are like 200 plus, like me, I'm like 270, whatever. It penalizes us because if we die, we always lose more. And you know what? I didn't give a shit. I went in PvP servers at 270, whatever, and I was actually just working on another account. I was like, I'm just gonna grind another account. You know what I mean? Make another character, get him to level 50, move all my gear over to this level 50 character, and work it from there, you know, and maybe take a handful of cards more, but I'd have a solid build on my hands, so wouldn't really give a shit. By the time I hit 60, for sure, I would have a, you know, squared away PvP build. But it's ridiculous, the crying that happens. It's like, oh, you guys should, you know, griefers should be in PvP, but you took away what they wanted. You took away the ability to cap farm. You took away the risk reward. You know, there's no penalty for not having any caps, and it used to be. There used to be a penalty for dying with no caps, and it got taken away. So at this point, it's just a matter of like, no one that I know that does PvP is really going back into the PvP servers, because why? It only makes sense to, you know, kill. If I'm a kill level 100 guy, I want to get all 100 caps. I don't want to get 20 caps or whatever the case may be, and then I don't want to like split 20 caps up between 4 fucking teammates in total. Next thing I know, I'm killing the level 100 guy, walking away with like 5 caps. Like, what is the point? What would be the point of that? I 100% understand though with having like a level 200, 300 character, and every time you die you lose like 600 caps. You know, yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay, but why couldn't we just say, all right, let's hit like a max cap limit and like a minimum cap limit? Or how about, you know, you gotta figure something out there. Like, all right, you know, you die. Anybody who's above level 50 loses 100 caps. So if you're level 51, 52, whatever the case may be, you lose 100 caps. Anyone who's under level 50 or who's 50 and under loses 25 caps, or whatever the case may be. That forces people, you know, to pick their fights more. It forces guys who are lower level to run more, you know, as they should, you know. But there should be smarter approaches. And then, like, the comments that I'm seeing on some of the people who are commenting about this is ridiculous. And it's like, and people are like just so gung-ho about the wrong stuff. It doesn't make sense. It's like, what the hell are you complaining about? Like, if your build, you're complaining about PvP builds, you're complaining about people who are melting other people because they actually took the time to sort out every single one of their cards correctly. You know, are you mad because you can't destroy people with through hiker and you know, quack surgeon and all these other, you know, quality of life or just obscene cards, and you're wondering why you don't have good defense or good damage, you know? But you choose pack rat over barbarian, and you choose, you know, cards like that. You can't penalize PvP players for playing and being smarter than you. You can't. Like, sort yourself out, take your loss, figure out what you have to change in your card set, and then move on. 100% it needed a nerf with the spawn trapping thing. That needed to be fixed. But now there's a thing where if someone comes back, they have like an air of immunity to them, but they can still dish out damage to you and keep the immunity. So that's another thing now we have to keep eyes out for. So it's already the handmade exploit, and then this, and then there's just like, it's weird, you know. But then it goes away in 15 seconds, but that's 15 seconds you got to keep your ass alive for. So keep that in mind. And it's just, I don't know. And people are like, but you say getting caps is easy, and now you don't want to go on PvP. Because why? Let me tell you something. When it was PvP, day one, I made over 10 grand in caps, easy. Like, and I didn't even play that long. I played, I want to say like 3 hours or something like that, maybe a little longer, but I didn't play like the whole day. I came on, I live streamed the gameplay, I made a little over like 10 grand or whatever the case may be, and broke out. And then it became a thing of everyone exploiting the cap system, and so caps didn't become as easy to make or whatever the case may be. But if I want to make caps, yeah, it's easy. You know what I do? I go into PvE, I take over workshops. I go into PvE with a lower level guy, and I instigate fights with people who think they're hot shit. I go into PvE and milk people for what they got, because it only makes more sense. If I kill 100 guy, me and my buddy split 50 caps. If I kill 100 guy in PvP servers with my buddy, then we both split 10 caps. And you can see my problem with that. It's like, we both split, it's a little more than 10 caps. I'm over here thinking it's 20%. It's 25%. So it's it's 20, it'd be literally 25 caps split between two. So I'd get 13, he'd get 12, or whatever the case may be. Either way, it's not better than 50. So what would be the point? There's no point to it. It's broken. It's broken. No one's in the PvP servers. The guys who are like low level. If they really wanted to do it and they didn't want people to use Sentinel builds and this and that, force everybody to start new. I easily would have took that. They make everybody start at level 1. Don't allow these characters to trade. No trading. Whatever you find is what you keep, and whatever you keep is what you use. That's it. Force it like that, I'd be 100% with it. Or have it like a trading system like Diablo, where if someone was on your team and then you found a legendary, you have like an hour to trade it to someone who is on your team when you found the legendary. But it's not something you can just go in your inventory and trade out later on. You know, if you didn't get it within that hour, it's over. It's not like I can give that item to you or whatever the case may be. But it doesn't make sense, and I'm like hugely disappointed at the fact that how they approach the PvP. It's almost like they listen to people who didn't do any PvP, and they listen to people who were like complaining about people who were doing PvP, and then those people showed up in the PvP servers crying about how the PvP servers were unfair because people who had PvP builds were melting them. What? Anyway, besides all that, let me look through the rest of the patch notes. The Lion Low quest line, the new sheep thing, I think that thing's pretty awesome. I think that thing's pretty fucking tough. I think, honestly, it's not as tedious and like, how do I say, like just boring as the queen. It's actually like fun to do. Like, I've done it a couple times, and I've gotten a couple of those imposter sheep squatch helmets and sold them, but it's not really tedious or whatever. It's, you know, it's a quick mission, like 10 minutes. It's not like half an hour. You know, the thing actually takes damage if you play it smart. You know, half the people who come over there normally are brain dead. No one activates the pylons. But it was legit. I didn't have any issues with that, and I think, you know, the whole quest line was pretty cool. It didn't take too long. You know, and I'm not someone who wants to, like, you know, do a quest forever. But the item renaming and the item renaming is cool. Finally got a chance to rename my power armor. The repair thing, they broke that because they're going to do something, I guess, with the repair bench that's coming out for the atoms or whatever. And I don't even think that's a pay-to-win thing, in my opinion. I wasn't even, like, against Bethesda with the whole repair bench. I was like, whatever, you know, let people get the repair bench if they want to pay for it with atoms or whatever. As long as it's not like a weapon or armor or something that, like, can be used against me, or like a specific card set or some sort of, like, actual one-up on me, then I don't care. If it's for, like, repairing your armor, then so be it. You know, you're not gonna fight me in your base 24/7 auto repairing your armor all day. So I don't give a shit. If you fucking move your base next to me or whatever, I would still have the same option, or you know. And people are getting atoms for, like, pretty much, like, blink fucking 10 times. There you go. You got 15 atoms. You know, I honestly don't give a shit about that. I don't think that's anything, you know, major. But what I do give a shit about is the fact that they broke a good portion of the repairing system. So now when you go after you repair one piece, you lose the ability to see the stats of every other piece after until you exit the whole bench. And they broke the ability to put mods on power armor. And it's like one step forward, 2 steps back. Come on, guys. Something's got to give here. Not a fan of what's going on. And it's already 5 months into the game, so I don't want to hear anybody shit about giving them time. That's all I got to say, guys. But contest still active. Comment below.